Sometimes it's the celebrities who turn the tables, leaving interviewers scrambling to keep their cool. Even though Diddy was only indicted this year, rumors about his activities had been circulating for years, with many high-profile people already in the know. That's what made Wendy Williams' moment of panic so telling, when Diddy mentioned meeting her son backstage.
As the mother of a now 16-year-old.
Who I met backstage,
He did?
He's a great young man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You represent a lot.
Some people even believe this was his way of threatening her, since she had done some trash talking about Diddy back in her radio days. Tom Cruise is a well-known Scientologist, and part of that belief system is the rejection of psychiatry and mental illness. So when Matt Lauer brought up Brooke Shields' experience with mental health, things went downhill fast.
I've never agreed with psychiatry, ever. Before I was a Scientologist, I never agreed with psychiatry. It's a pseudoscience.
But Tom, if she said that this particular thing helped her feel better, whether it was the antidepressant or going to a counselor or a psychiatrist, isn't that enough?
Matt, you have to understand this. All it does is mask the problem, Matt. And if you understand the history of it, it masks the problem. That's what it does.
For context, Brooke had just released a book where she credited antidepressants for helping her through postpartum depression.
Postpartum depression to you is
Matt,
kind of a little psychological gobbledygook?
No, I did not say that.
I'm just asking, what would you call it?
Matt, that is the post. Now you're talking about two different things.
But that's what she went on the antidepressant for.
But what happens, the antidepressant, all it does is mask the problem. There's ways of vitamins and through exercise and various things. I'm not saying that that isn't real. That's not what I'm saying. That's an alteration of what I'm saying. I'm saying that drugs aren't the answer, that these drugs are very dangerous. They're mind-altering, antipsychotic drugs.
But Cruise really lost it when Lauer mentioned kids on Ritalin, which is a common treatment for ADHD.
And yes, maybe they've gone too far in certain areas. Maybe there are too many kids on Ritalin. Maybe electric shock is...
kids on Ritalin, Matt.
I'm just saying, but aren't there examples where it works?
Matt, you don't even, you're glib. You don't even know what Ritalin is. If you start talking about chemical imbalance, you have to evaluate and read the research papers on how they came up with these theories, Matt. Okay? That's what I've done.
The tension eventually eased as they switched topics. But what made the interview even more unusual was that Cruise's fiancée at the time, Katie Holmes, was backstage. And their relationship ended over her concerns about his strong ties to Scientology. Maybe the interviewer made herself uncomfortable on this one, but something tells me the producers were the ones behind the awkward question.
All of you, not giving the plot point away, but who's the best kisser?
Josh. Thank you. Z's quiet.
I'm gonna let y'all take that.
Joaquin Phoenix is an actor that really doesn't seem to like doing press for movies. During an interview with Jimmy Fallon, he gave him dry answers, making it tough for Jimmy to keep the conversation alive. It got so awkward that Jimmy had to address it directly.
And many things that you don't enjoy doing talk shows. And I find that, I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, me too.
Right? I think you're great on talk shows.
I love it.
I think you love doing it. Look how much fun we're having.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a dance party.
When Trump Jr. was invited to The View, chaos erupted and things got especially awkward for the hosts during a discussion about a whistleblower's identity. They even had to silence the audience.
Or he's afraid of being attacked like so many of us have for so long by a vicious left that's running a one-sided champ thing. By Adam Schiff, who's doing a one-sided thing. Republicans
Children!
When Chris Rock appeared on Late Night with Conan to promote his movie, Sofia Vergara joined as a second guest for her own project. It was clear that Chris had a crush on her, and Sofia accidentally roasted Conan in the process.
Get it! Don't see my movie, see her!
I'm very happy to be here.
Yes.
I've watched you since I'm a little girl.
Okay, that's, what am I, 50?
But perhaps the most hilarious part of the interview happened when Conan got caught by surprise when Sofia randomly grabbed his arm.
Oh, it's very...
You must not do this. Oh, hello.
No, I'm sorry.
On Keenan Wayans' show, things got awkward when Diddy's hand kept creeping toward Mike Tyson's side of the couch. It got so weird that Tyson eventually grabbed Diddy's hand, and Keenan, who was very confused, quickly cut to commercials.
It truly is about the Benjamin, as we see.
Oh yes, he's glittering.
It truly is about the Benjamin.
Well, now when we come back, we're going to talk more with Puffy, and if you want to hang out, more than welcome to stick around, my brother. All right, we'll be right back with more right after this.
When the show came back, I don't know if they had a conversation, but Diddy and Tyson completely repositioned themselves on the couch, so you can tell things were uncomfortable. Some people don't seem to know when enough is enough. Vin Diesel was coming onto the reporter a little too strongly in Brazil when doing promotion for the movie Return of Xander Cage.
I'm anything like you because I love you. Really? Look how beautiful she is. You guys think this is a joke. How am I supposed to sit over here when I'm looking at such beauty? Come on, guys. She's so beautiful. I'm in love. I'm in love with the interview.
The interviewer awkwardly moved on to the next question, but things took a turn for the worse minutes later. It's also important to note that he's wearing sunglasses, which might mean he was under the influence of something.
I love her. Man, she's so fucking sexy. It's not, I can't do this interview. Look at her. Can't even do an interview with her because you're just like, da 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 da. Right or wrong? Oh my God, guys, someone save me. When did this turn into Beautiful World? When did this turn into the most gorgeous girl in Brazil?
After the interview, she expressed feeling extremely uncomfortable and labeled Diesel as unprofessional. This awkward moment resurfaced late last year when Diesel faced a lawsuit from his former assistant for inappropriate behavior. Back when Sarah Silverman briefly hosted her own talk show, she invited comedian Bill Burr, someone she didn't particularly like. From the start, there was some nervous energy in the air since they had a past of going at each other.
Please welcome brilliant comedian who I love to pieces but who makes me f***ing crazy, Bill Burr. But you have to, we always fight. We fight often.
No, because I go on stage and then you try to correct my jokes.
I don't try to correct
your
jokes.
You're like,
sometimes.
but what if you said if the woman did this because of this? And
that was one time, and I admit I was being aggressive.
Bill Burr was understandably standoffish when Sarah introduced him as someone who drives her crazy. When he voiced his dislike for the intro, Sarah flipped it back on him, suggesting his displeasure might stem from childhood issues.
I think, like, things trigger you, make you fucking crazy. And it maybe means something like it comes from something from your childhood or something, like the ticking time bomb that your dad was, or things like that that were out of your control, and you don't like feeling out of control or people telling you what to do. That's my theory. This is so uncomfortable for you.
It feels like an emotional intervention.
All right.
Needless to say, this was the last time Bill Burr and Sarah Silverman appeared on something together. Dakota Johnson's fans were upset when she filled her iconic tooth gap. When Jimmy Fallon brought it up, the conversation shifted to past dental mishaps, and Jimmy revealed he once broke a tooth, and Dakota surprised everyone by asking to feel it.
This tooth, this one's fake.
Let me feel it.
It's not gonna feel different, it feels like a tooth.
Not if you go like this. Can you hear that?
Sounds like
it's
a tooth.
When
Gene Simmons has a long history of affairs that have strained his 28-year relationship with his then-girlfriend Shannon Tweed. But the issues reached a boiling point when the couple sat for an interview with Joy Behar. Joy started the show by playing a clip from their reality show featuring Gene chatting with other women.
What's going on over there?
I had
He's a pig and I don't like it.
He's a pig? Okay.
And I'm done.
You're finished with him? But you're not married, so you don't have to get a divorce.
Isn't that good?
You're not married
No,
either.
that's
Good news.
You're not married.
No. Two girls that you took a picture with while you were on the road?
Well, no.
Are you killing me right now? What do you mean two?
Well, we're out of time.
2,000?
Then it seemed Joy tried to take a couples therapy approach to understand the issue, but it completely backfired.
For a long time, you have your philandering ways? Is that the
There
what I'm
you go.
hearing?
I like that
Is it
word.
true, Jane?
There have been.
There have been. Are there any now?
Not right now.
Not right this minute.
In the
'cause
last,
you're here.
what, month?
But, you know.
Month?
In the last month.
Month, would you say?
No.
No.
Congratulations.
But after the producers played a clip of Alice Cooper claiming that Simmons had over 5,000 encounters with women, Shannon had enough.
How's your back, Gene?
My back is good. My schmeckle, not so much.
That's very nice of you to joke about.
It's a joke. Where are you going? What are you doing?
Rude.
She's
so
done
rude.
with you.
It's so rude for you to joke about it.
I was
funny.
just joking because
Thank you.
she's a comedian.
Here, these back on. It suits you.
Simmons was annoyed with Joy, feeling that the segment was a setup to provoke his girlfriend. The rest of the interview was filled with tension, but surprisingly they ended up getting married just 4 months after the show aired, and are still together today. Aubrey Plaza had Conan on his toes during their interview by keeping things unpredictable.
Your Twitter handle is Evil Hag. Why Evil Hag?
Because I like it. I don't know, because why? Sorry.
Why do I feel like you're my daughter and
After Mike Tyson bit part of Evander Holyfield's ear off, he was banned by the Nevada Athletic Commission for 15 months. This affected Mike Tyson financially and made him very frustrated. So when he finally got to make a comeback against Francois Botha, he completely lost his cool when the host asked him about the time off.
About the 19 months off.
What about it? What about it?
Does it pose any problem to you?
Whatever happens, happens.
Mike, why do you have to talk like that?
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station.
You know what? I think we'll end the discussion right now.
Then we could.
You got it. Have a nice fight, Mike.
Off.
Conan O'Brien is one of the most humble and liked talk show hosts out there, but you could see him get understandably irritated when 50 Cent started exposing him for having a lot of money.
Because this is big money right here. This is season 8.
What?
You've been on TV since '93.
Yeah, that's 25 seasons.
It's a lot of money. It's just a lot of money, people. Like, and be rich as a mother. I'm saying, like when you can
I wouldn't
see
say I'm rich as a mother. I mean, I just wouldn't say it. It doesn't sound polite.
This was one of the rare moments where Conan struggled to joke his way out of an awkward situation. Despite his high net worth, he's famously generous, even paying a third of his Tonight Show settlement to his staff so they could relocate with him. Mel Gibson has admitted to having a short fuse, and one can tell this is true when a WGN reporter made the mistake of asking him about his DUI arrest. The reporter did not expect the awkwardness that ensued.
Do you think that the public will perceive you any differently after all that's been in the news about you?
What are you referring to specifically?
Referring to the drinking problems, referring to what's been called the anti-Semitic rant.
That's almost 4 years ago, dude. I mean, I've moved on. I guess you haven't. Let's move on, dude. Come on.
Edge of Darkness opens today. It's good to see you back in the saddle and doing what you do best. Thanks a lot for joining us, Mel. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Tom Cruise has never been one to show too much excitement on camera, but when he went to the Oprah show, he seemed completely unrecognizable from the start.
What has happened to you?
But things got even more weird, making Oprah incredibly confused of what was going on.
I know what he's doing. He's processing. He's trying to figure out what he is going to tell, what he isn't going to tell. I've never seen you like that. I've never seen that. I know.
He also seemed a little touchy with her, but the audience couldn't get enough and just kept cheering away.
I'm a hugger, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
I give one of these. I give it.
Yes, yes. No, they're literally on the edge of their seats. They're like this. They're like this.
Needless to say, it was one of the most hilarious and worrisome moments in the Oprah Winfrey Show. A few days after Kim Kardashian was robbed of $10 million of jewelry in Paris, Kourtney Kardashian appeared on Australian television to promote her skincare line. But when the hosts asked about Kim, Kourtney left them hanging.
How is everyone going and how's Kim doing?
What? Okay.
Hello, Kourtney, have we lost you?